Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the Chris Gethard Show podcast. It's really cool that you're checking this out.
We're about to do, I think, the dumbest show we've done in years.
His life would be trash! And you better believe I'm trashed.
We are scrappy trash people.
What's the point of this show? I just turned it on.
We've always been with this show.
We've always been trash people. We will always be trash people.
It's true.
This doesn't feel real.
Hello! Live from my grandmother's basement, we are the Trash People. I'm Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the canon.
And each week we do something related to the world of Planet Scum, the epic comedy network from Twitch. That's right. When I tell people I'm very involved in a comedy network, they're like, OMG, what channel can I see it on? I'm like,
I say you can see it on Planet Scum Live. PlanetScum.live.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Lindsay and Steven and Blogtoven.
Hello, Trillist
and
Pug.
Trillist Pug.
Hello, Alice. Forever
Hello,
Cemetery.
Alice. Of course, our dear Alice. And welcome, everyone. This week, we got a little trivia.
We do. We got some Planet Scum Trivia for all of you.
Some Planet Scum Trivia. But first, while folks arrive, that's right. I've got the Planet Scum Tarot cards. Yeah. So this weekend, a friend of ours was getting married. They got married. Marriage occurred.
A
thought they were
marriage.
going to get married, and then they didn't know.
A wild marriage has appeared.
Wild marriage appeared, and I'm like, oh, like, you know, for a little wedding present, I'm gonna do a tarot reading. I'll do a tarot reading for my buddies. I brought my cat tarot cards. Mm-hmm. You know, it was all gonna be great. And partway through the reading, because the first card she actually pulled was the lovers, right? For a wedding, she, like, shuffled them and pulled out, like, the lovers. The queen. It was crazy. And I was like, oh, my God. And then, like, partway through the rest of the reading, I realized that, like, I know the Planet Scum tarot cards way better than normal tarot cards now.
I love that.
Because, like, most of my tarot time is done on these cards. So
did you pivot to the scummy ones? Or
no, I didn't even bring them.
Oh, that's right, because, yeah.
I didn't even bring them. Otherwise, I would have done these for the groom. I also did a reading for him on the not cat tarot cards, but I absolutely forget what happened with that one, because it was well into the festivities. Friends, we're going to see how your week's going to go. Your week's gonna go. I'm just shuffling these cards. Here's our theme of the week. The Kingpin. This is your week in a snapshot. The Kingpin! He hoes the ocean. He builds his garden on a spot where everyone's like, you can build a garden there? Like, you can hoe the ocean?
The ocean is his lawn.
Reach deep into the chaos of your soul, and from it grow a beautiful garden. You can stand before your dreams. Look at all your options and choose the harder path. I mean, that's the thing. He has a tugboat in the back, but he's not on the tugboat. The tugboat was like the thing that he was like, oh, I'm tired of comedy. I want to just be a tugboat captain. It'll be simple. He has it right behind him. But no, he's too busy hoeing his lawn. Hoeing that lawn.
Hoeing that lawn.
Hoeing that lawn. And here we have the first worst case scenario.
What's that?
For your week.
What's the
so
worst
our
case scenario?
First card. These are the things that are going to get in the way of your shit this week. We got the artist. And then we have sort of like worst case scenario. Oh shit, happy.
Wow. So
two Mary cards.
Yeah, they're both our worst case?
They're both our worst case. I like reading them together. This is, of course, the spread designed by Ada, the resident witch of Planet Scum, a dear friend who really helped me a lot with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did readings together on the Discord, and I got a lot from her. So when we look at the artist and when we look at happy, sort of the thing with the happy card that I like to see, which is different from the courage card, which is what it's based on. You can see in her face she's just kind of like, ugh. And Happy's fucking happy, but he's also huge. This chaos monster is massive, and she needs to spend her energy reining this in. And I wonder if, connected to the artist, it means that the worst case scenario is you're going to let it run away with you. You're going to let something run away from you. And whatever this dog, perhaps it's your distractions. Perhaps you're starting off thinking, oh, I'm just going to be a solitary artist. I'm going to show off all of my amazing work. I'm going to really like dig into this thing I'm creating. But is the thing that you're creating going to run away with you? Or are you too distracted to start off with?
And this is the card you were referring to. That
Strength. Look how peaceful that bitch looks.
Yeah, that's quite different.
And unhappy the lion is.
That's quite different than Mary. If you can put the happy card up so people can see it side by side. See, it's quite... The facial expression brings something very different to it.
It really does, as well as Happy's expression. And I wonder if this is suggesting that there are distractions that you don't even necessarily know you have. What is a distraction that you think is helping you?
Good question.
What is something that is present and perhaps getting in the way of you achieving your goals? And do you perhaps just need to spend more time with that distraction
Alice
for a
says
while?
This show right now
is
a distraction.
It's the best distraction. That's why we're looking at...
We're helping Alice be in a good mood.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
What's the next
See, I do give back to society. Disabled people are worthful. Worthful.
Worthful.
Now we're going to look at our best case scenario for the week. That's right. We're starting off with our boons. Our boons, the things that are good for us. And that's right, it's Who Wants to Do 69, the game! Wow. The game of life. The game, and the game master, he's having like a lot of fucking fun right there. Life throws riddles at you. Life just keeps circling around. And what's our best case scenario? That's right.
It's the best card in the deck.
The keeper.
Oh.
That's our keeper right there. What I'm really seeing here, especially given this is our bad side of the week, this is our good side of the week. What I see here is recognizing that life is a game, that things are going to get thrown at you, that in order for it to be fun, you need to reach out to your support system. Mm-hmm. That's all of these lovely things. Dave, of course, is that naked devil. And the keeper means you're keeping everything in balance, you know? The world does revolve around you. If you keep your people around you, if you keep balance, recognizing that things are a game. I feel like I'm seeing distractions in both of these, right? You have to juggle shit. Like, that's the main thing with the keeper, is you're still... What am I doing?
What
this hand. It's
mirrored.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm trying to point.
Yeah.
It's all about balance. And holding a lot of things in the air.
Oh, the artist himself popping in to say that the devil is a mix of Adam and Dave. It was kept vague so that it could be either Adam Gold or Dave.
But check out
Jersey
that bulge. Dave. That's right. We had to...
I think that was one of the ones that had to be censored on Instagram because they were like, no nudity in Instagram
I'm allowed
filters.
to put pants on this fucker.
So put on pants.
He's too bootylicious.
Much like the executives who wanted Chewbacca to wear pants.
Come here. Look, we're getting our advice for the week.
That's right. Who's
come
coming?
Here.
He's not gonna.
Oh no, he's totally gonna come.
He is.
Yeah!
Yay!
Check out the cat. Fuck yeah, it's cat. Fuck yeah. Here, I'll make him a space. Maybe he'll stay with us. So yeah, I think this is all about how we deal with our distractions. Are we gonna let them like take over our entire sort of lives, or are we going to balance them? Are we going to recognize like, hey, I have distractions. I have things I need to take care of. I have people that I love. Happy's lovable. Happy's amazing. And so even if you're like, oh, damn, I'm like being, overwhelmed by this, It's not the worst, honestly. This is the best. What's happening right now is the best thing that's ever happened in the history of cinema.
I think I know what our album or what the promo art will be this week.
Check out what our advice is, though.
What's
Final
our
card
advice?
is the advice card. And that's Steve Harvey. Count the hands. Count the hands. Steve Harvey is a warning card. Steve Harvey is about people who think that they are the shit. People who keep people oppressed around them. People who benefit from the people around them needing them for something. And even if you knock off that crown, they're still the pillar. They're still being worshipped. Aw, come back. Now he's behind the computer where he can cause the most damage.
I'm going to raise... Someone pointed something out that I
Yes.
think deserves to be highlighted in the chat. And so let me get that prepped to bring it up. Okay.
Oh
so,
my God.
Offbeat Valerie pointed out the Gatsby looks like Ron Perlman as the Beast. You know, Ron Perlman famed for Hellboy, Sons of Anarchy. And, you know what? Yeah. He really does look like Ron Perlman as the Beast.
Come back. He's trying to get back, and he's like, but there's so many lights in the way.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
trying
bitch.
to get back.
Jesus Christ. I think that given that our advice of the week is to keep in mind the forces around us that we cannot control, that we recognize as being bad, that we recognize as perhaps fucking our shit up a little bit, and that it's okay sometimes to get beat down by the oppressiveness of society, and that we have to choose to sort of balance that. Like, we all have to deal with real life shit. I don't know. Am I just like sitting here being like, wow, I really don't want to have to clean my house?
I mean, I don't either.
I would really much rather just stare at a computer and pretend that I'm writing things, because apparently that's what being a writer is.
That's a lot of it. That's a lot of it.
That's what I've been putting on like doctors' forums when they're like, what do you do for a living? What's your employment status? Like, what do you do? It doesn't even say what's your employment status. It says, what is your profession? And I'm like, I am disabled. Like, that's why I'm here, bitch. So I'm just putting writer, because Douglas Adams always said that being a writer means you don't write anything. So given that I haven't written anything, I am totally... Can confirm. Stephen Premel. Friends, there are 15 people here. I think it's time for us to jump into Kahoot. Lindsay, abso-fucking-lutely. Like, the state of staring, like, deeply at the white page is awful. What I need to do is assign myself a drawing thing so that I actually get some writing done.
Oh, yeah.
Because whenever I assign myself writing, I get a bunch of other, like, visual shit done that I shouldn't be doing.
I'm a fan of putting content creator as what I do, because it's vague and does cover pretty much everything that I do. But it's also just very funny to have a, like, document that's like, what do you do? I'm a content creator.
I just don't want them to ask questions.
Freelance artist is a good one, Sky.
Freelance artist. Oh, that's a really good one, Sky. Oh my goodness. Because, like, I would say accountant, you know, like the joke that if you say you're an accountant, no one fucking asks follow-up questions. But I am, like, the opposite of a person who could manage anything related to accounting. So I don't want anyone to be like, oh, but could you keep track? Could you organize anything? And I'll be like,
I'm happy if people ask questions, because then I just get to talk their ear off about Planet Scum. And speaking of keeping track of things, you should keep track of the room code for Kahoot.
And I'm going to be playing with y'all.
Yes, Emily has not seen these questions.
I've done zero work this week on this stuff.
And so go to Kahoot and go to Kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and enter the game pin 2954346 to play Kahoot. A blog Toven saying you can put your occupation as trash person, which I'm a fan of. Pineapple has joined, as has Offbeat Valerie.
Yeah, what's the best occupations? Let's get like a pool of this. The best occupations to put on forms.
What's your goal with it? Just
if
comedy?
you cannot work?
Oh, the Premels are here. Daddy-O McFlurry.
Daddy-O McFlurry.
I like the idea of putting flaneur.
Oh no, stay here. Stay here.
I would put flaneur as occupation.
Flaneur.
Which is just the French word for like a rich aristocrat who like sits at cafes and watches people walk around.
I have generational wealth, so that's what I do.
Alice Forever Cemetery recommends occupation foreign invasion. And vagabond. And layabout.
Layabout.
Yeah, Stephen Premel saying occupation dandy, which is
yes.
very of a
I'm
piece
not.
with the flaneur.
I don't think I'm like fancy enough to be a dandy. Though this is pretty good dandy makeup. Mm-hmm. It's just not the full white caked on stuff.
Lindsay Premel
that people do like
said,
on TikTok. It's amazing.
Student of life.
Student of life.
And Blogtoven says that the game code is surprisingly close to their parents' phone number. But hello, Jas Fadson. Hello, Doofus Claw. Hello, Sky. Hello, Bootleg Bart. Blogtoven, Daddy-O McFlurry, the Premels, Alice Wants 269. Offbeat Valerie and Pineapple. Stephen Premel says, the makeup game is strong.
Thank you. OMG. This is the first time I tried that like thing that people are doing where they draw like a wing but over the eye, and it went better than expected. Far better than expected. So now all I have to do is think of something funny or interesting to say while I am doing this makeup for TikTok, my new god.
Jas Fadson Montgomery is a fan of petulant layabout, which I love the addition of petulant to that. So we've got 9 people signed up to play the Kahoot and 15 people watching. I think pretty soon we're going to get started.
Absolutely. Student of Life, though, has the same energy as one time I was like in a lounge and we were all just chatting and I asked someone what they do and she gave me this look like, I do yoga. I go to the beach. I write in my journal. Like she wanted to like one-up me about the idea that I was asking about her profession. And I wasn't even asking about her profession. I was just asking what she does with herself.
Alice did her senior high school yearbook entirely by herself and credited as petulant editor, which I'm a big fan of.
Right?
I also like it reminds me of a lot of the people I see on Facebook who just have works at comedy, went to School of Hard Knocks.
Hi, Melly.
Hi, Melly. Bingo winner, Melly.
Bingo winner, Melly.
Okay, so we have 11 people
Marijuana connoisseur.
That's a good... Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh. Marijuana sommelier. Freelance marijuana sommelier. I just go to weed lounges and tell people what they should smoke. They don't pay me.
What's your occupation? Comedy. Comedian? No. Comedy. I am comedy.
That sounds like something, never mind.
Okay.
The Bo Burnham would put.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I'm like, I'm hating too much on Bo
Occupation, meme lord. Shit poster.
Person of interest.
Person of interest.
Ooh, I love that.
I like that. Oh, what's your occupation? John Crichton, astronaut.
John Crichton, I'm an astronaut. I was shot through a wormhole. Okay.
Muppeteer is a great one. If anyone who can put Muppeteer as their like occupation on a real form is like doing life correctly.
Right?
Well, that's not actually true. But you know what is true? We're about to start a Kahoot. Shit talker.
I am definitely a shit talker.
But here's our first question for Planet Scum Trivia in 3, 2, 1. Which of these was not a recent theme on Mary Houlihan's painting party? Patches, Signs, Water, or My Memoirs?
Oh, I think I know this one.
Which of these was not a recent theme? All of these were themes, but which of these wasn't recent?
I've been loving the like fabric things she's doing, and I love that she's doing the same project.
Yeah, that's
Week
been
to
really
week.
cool. It's
Yeah.
been really cool to get that sort of like serialized version of the show.
Getting to see Noah with no age.
Yeah, that was so cool. 7, you got it correct. It was water. That was actually a very early episode of Mary Houlihan's Painting Party, which aired in November 2020.
I'm only 1 point behind you, Blogtoven. I'm coming
But
for
let's
you.
see the
I'm coming
leaderboard.
for your spot, Blogtoven.
Alice
One!
Wants 269 is in first place. Jess Fadson in second. Doofusclon in third. The Premels in fourth. Blogtoven in fifth. Emily Pineapple 1 point away in sixth. And then Alice says she can't wait for Mary to move into her house, and so the theme becomes termites. And I agree. I'm excited for that. As I am.
For question
The
number
next
2.
question. When does Who Wants
Jesus
269
Christ.
return from its hiatus? July 5th, July 12th, July 19th, or July 26th?
I know you've told me this,
I
too.
have, but
you've
also
repeated it multiple
eagle-eyed
times.
viewers may have noticed it on the Planet Scum Live Twitter account. So be sure to follow Planet Scum Live on Twitter and reward all the hard work that whoever does social media for Planet Scum puts into it. As seen here is someone anxiously biting their pencils for Martin's return. It is, in fact, July 12th, and tomorrow is a live Who Wants 269 at Union Hall in New York, and there's still some tickets available.
So if you're in New York,
go to that and check out the Who Wants 269 accounts for deets.
I'm still 1 point behind Blogtoven.
Lindsay Premel guessed it and failed it, but 7 of you got it correct. It is, in fact, July 12th, which the show tweeted yesterday.
Yeah, I got that wrong.
But let's see what that did to the leaderboard. Alice got it right. Melly has risen up into third place, but otherwise it's
I
pretty
love the
standard.
butterfly.
I love the butterfly. I love that you can put emoji in your name.
I know. I wish they were streaming too, Steven.
I mean, thankfully,
I hope that there's like a movement.
Thankfully, you
towards
know what?
that.
There is a great way that you can see Who Wants 269 streamed pretty much every Monday on PlanetScum.live. But that's, I think, the thing for a lot of comedy clubs is it would have to not be by phone. It would have to be
They'd have to have a
venue,
whole
Wi-Fi, and all that, because
Yeah.
they don't want you to have signal, because then you might be on your phone and all that. And it's also just so much of it is underground in basements that it's just...
That's a good point. We have terrible service.
Yeah. But we do also have the third question. Which iconic GLTS moment happened a year ago as of Monday, June 28th, 2021? Did George fall out of his chair? Did Watto drop the pastrami? Did Cotner fall asleep? Or did Darcy Carden show off her wall of set lists? And this was highlighted by a Georgie Porgy on Twitter, Bootleg Bart. So thank you, Bootleg Bart, for highlighting this anniversary.
I'm just getting worse and worse at this trivia.
Well, 9 of you got it correct. It was Watto dropped his pastrami from the fire escape, which happened during the marathon stream for season 7 of Arliss. And that was the pastrami that fell on Robert Wool's head. You say you're getting worse. I'm also having to dig progressively deeper to get Planet Scum Trivia.
We're thinking for future trivias, we're just going to sort of branch into general comedy history.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all know shit.
So let us know how you
I don't
feel
know
about
shit.
that in the chat.
But he knows shit.
I do know things.
We read a book about improv like 3 times.
Well, and I also read
I don't remember any of the names.
Well, that's not true. Viola Spolin.
Oh, yeah, of course,
But
Spolin.
Improv Nation was that book, and it was very
It's
good.
really good.
There's also I also read a book called The Comedians, which is all about like
Not as good.
it's not as good, but it's still good. But it goes from like vaudeville all the way to like to the Colbert Report was like the hot new thing when the book ends. But let's see who got that right. 9 of you did. Oh wow, Alice held on to first with the 3 in a row. Offbeat Valerie kicked the Premels off the leaderboard.
Damn.
Melly and Doofusclon and Jess Fadson still holding strong. And Premel remembers that book.
I am 54 points behind Bootleg Bart. Bootleg Bart.
Who reported
I'm
that
gonna catch up
on Twitter.
Woo!
So thank you again to Bootleg Bart.
Alice, I love it.
Yeah. It's almost like the person who wrote these questions does social media for Planet Scum and so spends a lot of time on Planet Scum's Twitter. Weird. But here's the next question. Which musician kicked off the Super Weird Bowl by performing the Super Weird Bowl anthem? Was that Tom York, Mr. Rude, Dee Dee Ramone, or Klon? And of course, this musician was played by Riley Soliner.
Yay!
And that was a very fun episode, which had some live commentary from me and Jess, the best of us.
Oh, balls.
What? Did you think you just got it wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if it was in that episode, I think I know that I'm wrong.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool, Bootleg Bart. I agree. Hopefully the sports announcers return at some point. It's interesting that you think you got it wrong. I didn't see what you put, so you may have.
I put Mr. Rude. I put Mr. Rude, and I think I'm wrong. Because why would he change from Mr. Rude into his, like, running
Jess,
thing?
well, that wasn't the Super Weird Bowl. The Super Weird Bowl was the one where he had the ref shirt and made a Weird Bowl in the kitchen as there was sports commentary about nachos versus ramen. It was not.
I have no idea.
It was in fact
idea.
Radiohead's Tom York, and
Good
Riley
job.
also played Tom York on the special without Brett Davis for the mid-2000s indie Avengers.
I am now 761 points behind Sky in 10th place.
I think Tom York may have been on both intro and halftime, but he was definitely on the intro. I verified it this time because that's been a problem for me before. But let's see who got it, because two of you got it correct. Oh, Jazz Fatson is now in first place, and Bootleg Bart is now on the leaderboard. And Jess Fatson has a streak of 4 correct answers in a row.
Fuck yeah!
Let's see if that streak continues with question number 5. Which of these shirts was not part of the initial launch wave of Planet Scum merch?
I should know this.
So red,
these are hard to see.
Red is Dyke Weiss, blue is the Weird Bowl, yellow is the Apologist shirt, and the purple is the Geth head. The Geth box shirt.
Shit, I got it wrong.
And I think it's...
I got it wrong. I know that I got it wrong.
I wanted to experiment with using pictures as clues. You're right. They are very small.
I absolutely got it wrong.
7 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, the Weird Bowl shirt.
Like, the second I hit the Dykeweiss thing, I realized I got it wrong because I thought it was the consulting firm.
No, there isn't a hoodie for that. But the launch shirt for Riley was, of course, the Space Noodle. But you can get all these great shirts at planetscum.live/merch.
Ow, ow.
Let's see who got it correct, because 7 of you did. Alice has retaken the lead. Doofus Clown is in 3rd. Bootleg Bart is in 4th. And, of course, the Premels rounding out the leaderboard once again in 5th place. Speaking of going on a streak like Bootleg Bart has, with 3 correct answers in a row, let's go to our next question, which is, who set the current Who Wants 269 record for winning the most money on a single episode? Is that Mike Kaplan, Andrew Tabbs, Eric Germ, or Ian Abramson? Seen here, of course, is money.
I think I got it right.
Famed object money, which famously is given away on Who Wants 269 with Martin Urbano.
Right out of his pocket.
Right out of his pocket. That is a key thing to emphasize. But 9 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, Andrew Tabbs. His record stands at $24.21. It's been threatened a couple times, but no one has taken that spot yet.
I am 4 points behind Offbeat Valerie in 11th place.
Good job. Yep, that's right. Tabs, baby. Woot, 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 woot.
Ow, ow.
Let's see what that did to the leaderboard. Oh, actually, before we go to leaderboard, Alice is still searching for someone. So, let Alice know.
Yeah.
Let Alice know if you're interested.
Let Alice know.
Got it wrong because of single episode. Nope. That was just extra words I added to make it more confusing. No, I added it because I don't know if in all of his appearances total, Tabbs has made more than people like Mike Kaplan, who have come back multiple times, and like Gerb has been on more often. So I wanted to head off any corrections in there. But oh yeah, Doofus Clown is in 2nd. The Premels are in 3rd. Bootleg Bart's streak is continuing. And Jess Fatson closed out the leaderboard. But Alice is still in 1st place. Speaking of firsts, here's our 7th question. Nope, I was teasing the wrong question. But which of these Planet Scum hosts has not appeared as a guest artist on Mary Houlihan's painting party? Ooh. Robbie Hoffman, Connor Ratliff, Chris Gethard, or Christy Cello?
Fuck.
You seemed very anguished about your answer.
I think I got it right. I guessed Chris Gethard. Because I'm sure that
I agree
Connor's
with you,
been
Alice.
on. I'm
the
sure
GLTS
that
episode was great.
I know Robbie has been on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Christy's been on with Martin Urbano. But I don't remember Geth being on. But like, he should be on all the shows. Thank you so much, Premel.
It was so. Just to be clear, to answer Daddy McFlurry, it's not a trick in terms of George versus Connor. When GLTS was on, they were on as themselves, not as the characters. But Five, you got it correct. It was in fact Chris Gethard. So he did a surprise drop-in on the Duos episode, where the guest artists were Greg Gethard and Chris's biological daughter, Christy Cello. But he didn't make art and wasn't on as an artist. He just popped in to chat with them. And then when Greg went on Planet Scum Live, there was the whole thing about how Greg just never left the studio and it stayed on all day. Him and Christy were just chatting the whole time.
That's a tricky question.
But let's see who got it correct.
Trixie.
Alice held the first place. The Premels are in second. Bootleg Bart is in third. Melly is in fourth.
Melly!
And Doofus Clown is in fifth.
Earth Daddy.
That's right. CC's Earth Daddy popped in. CC's Sky Daddy has yet to appear on Mary Houlihan's painting party. And Alice is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Well, Alice is in first. Speaking of firsts, let's go to the next question. Who was Geth's guest on the first Law and Order? This, of course, was the episode of Planet Scum Live that was dedicated entirely to Law and Order.
I feel really bad because I accidentally glanced at your screen and I saw the answer.
Yeah.
And so now I can't answer it because I'm cheating. Right? Because I might have guessed that. But I don't know if I would have guessed that or not. When I was in first grade, I also accidentally cheated on a spelling test.
I like that you did just answer it, though. And 9 of you got it correct, including Emily. It was, in fact, Joe Firestone. There was also an arborist on with them.
Oh.
Which was a lot of fun. That was a wild episode. It was not, in fact, John Deere or Will Hines. But the leaderboard remained pretty stagnant, and Bootleg Bart has a streak of 6 correct answers in a row. But speaking of feats of endurance, let's go to the next question, which is a multi-select. Which of these are feats of comedic endurance Riley has done on Googie Morning? The 2-hour song, the 2-hour joke, the 2-hour dance, or an entirely silent episode? Lindsay fucking loves Law and Order. I agree. I think it's a great bit.
Now, when you say an entirely silent episode, do you mean Riley specifically?
You're right. You're right. I should clarify that. That means an episode where Riley didn't talk. Okay. Other people can talk, but Riley is silent for the entire episode. That wording was misleading. And so thank you for correcting that.
I don't know why it's a multi-select. I think only one of them wasn't done. I think you're trying to...
I didn't say wasn't done.
Are feats, not feats. Oh my goodness, I got it right by getting it wrong.
Yeah, Emily knew the answers, but
I knew the answers, but I thought it was, what has he not done? This is why the SAT needs to be abolished. Honestly.
But yeah, the 2-hour song, the 2-hour joke, and the entirely silent the episode where Riley is silent the whole time, which was Time for Tea, were all real episodes, but the 2-hour dance was not, which Emily knew, but Emily only picked the 2-hour dance because she misunderstood the question. Let's see the leaderboard. A lot of you got that correct. The Premels are up in first. Melly is in second. Alice has slid down to third. Doofus Clown is in fourth. Bootleg Bart is in fifth. And Offbeat Valerie...
Up 3 places.
Off 3 places. You're the highest climber. Oh. And Doofus Clown says, I feel like my slow play is causing it to take so long, but I'm in a boss battle in my D&D game, so I'm sorry. Thank you for being here while you're in a D&D game. I'm not gonna...
What's your
Oh,
class?
Is that the new, brawler where you play as Drizzt and stuff? Drizzt's a dark elf who, dual wields scimitars and is in a bunch of the books set in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. While we wait for an answer, let's go to the next question. Question number 10. We're halfway through the questions right now, and it's another multi-select. Which of these actors in the Star Wars universe have appeared on Planet Scum? Ahmed Best, Bobby Moynihan, Eugene Cordero, and Horatio Sands. Which of these have choose the people that have appeared on Planet Scum? Don't choose the ones who have not appeared on Planet Scum.
I think I got this one right.
You're right. It's all of them. It's all of them. All of them. Horatio Sands was really funny also. Like, they were all very great, but Horatio Sands is an easy one to miss because he appeared at the very end of the Big Lake Marathon. You're right, Alice. I'm so sorry. I'm just not thinking of the have-nots. But a lot of you got it correct. Eugene Cordero was also in Loki. And was the correct answer was a trick answer in a previous question.
Ooh.
But let's see the leaderboard. Oh wow. A lot of people got it right, but it still shook up the leaderboard. Shook up the leaderboard. Eugene was on, I think it was the May the 4th Lucas Marathon. It was definitely Lucas. I'm pretty sure it was May the 4th. Alice is in first, Doofus Clown in second, Bootleg Bart risen up to fourth. But Doofus Clown is back in the game with 3 in a row. Alice agrees he was on one of the marathons. He's also great on The Good Place and lots of other shows. You know what else I think is a great show? You know what once was a great show? The Simpsons. So speaking of our next question, which is another multi-select, baby! Which of these Simpsons writers have appeared as guests on the George Lucas talk show?
Have appeared.
Bill Oakley, John Swartzwelder, Dana Gould, and Conan O'Brien, who recently ended his TBS show. Very funny.
I guessed. I know one of them for sure, and I know none of the others.
Fun fact about John Swartzwelder, he used to write his scripts while smoking in a booth at a restaurant, and when California made it so you couldn't smoke in restaurants anymore, he bought the booth and installed it in his house so that he could keep smoking in the diner booth where he had written so many of his episodes. He's also arguably the inspiration for Ron Swanson. The correct answers are Bill Oakley and Dana Gould. Dana Gould appeared on episode 23 of the George Lucas Talk Show, while Bill Oakley appeared on episode 24. John Swartzwelder, that was just a fun fact about a famed recluse who has never appeared on the George Lucas Talk Show.
I accidentally put him because I guessed. I knew Dana Gould.
I agree, Doofus Clown. I would love to see Conan.
Dana Gould wrote some
of his episodes did not hold up the best, but
yeah, it was
his stand-up's
disappointing. His stand-up is so
very fun, and his Dr. Zaius character I love.
And every script is written by a room.
Exactly,
ultimately.
they were credited to him, but they were not only him.
Yeah.
But Conan wrote the monorail episode, which is very great still.
Yeah, that is a good one.
What did that do to the leaderboard? Oh, he also wrote the one when they go to college. And where Homer goes to college and meets the nerds who love Star Trek. Doofus Clown is in first, Bootleg Bart is in second, Melly is in third, Alice has fallen to fourth, and Offbeat Valerie is in fifth, but Bootleg Bart has the highest answer streak in a row, correct, which is 9, which there have only been 11 questions, so that's pretty darn good.
Yo.
It's pretty darn good. I also love this idea, Alice, of just putting a diner booth in your kitchen after you remodel. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I don't have a segue, though.
So we're just going to go to the next question.
Go. I don't have a segue. There we go. On the most recent Saturday Night Live, Planet Scum screened which web series by Katie Hartman and Leah Rudick? Katie Hartman, of course, hosted a CGP episode called Cruise Ship Morgue, which was a very fun episode.
Apparently we watched this.
We did watch this. We watched this doing research. We watched an episode of it doing research for We Are Trash People's podcast about Katie Hartman.
I do not remember it
But
at
was
all.
that series CEO Skyscraper made to order? Oh, 10 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, made to order, which Bootleg Bart really enjoyed.
Yay!
Made to order is the one by
should rewatch
Katie
it.
Hartman and Leah Rudick.
Yeah,
but
I
all
love
of these
them.
are real web series. CEO Skyscraper is a Mary Houlihan web series which features Martin Urbano, Millie Tamarez, just so many people.
Yeah.
So many people who are in Planet Scum or
Yeah.
CGP. So definitely watch that. Sunset Peak is a Carmen Christopher, Gary Richardson, John Reynolds Comedy Central web series And good content. Good content, that's a Keith Haskell web series. So check all those out.
Heck yeah.
And now let's check out the leaderboard. Who answered it quickest? I don't know, but it didn't shake up the leaderboard too much. So let's just go on to our number 13, our unlucky 13 question. Which Planet Scum host went trick-or-treating on Googie Morning's Halloween special? Was that Griffin Newman, Chris Gethard, Martin Urbano, or Connor Ratliff? And before anyone says anything, this is also not a Watto and George v. Griffin and Connor trick.
Jesus Christ, Forrest, I'm so bad at this.
At Googie Morning ones?
At, like, all of these ones
I
this
worked
week.
this show. That's why I'm like, I know the answer to this one.
Yeah, right? I'm just, like, guessing.
I mean, if anyone ever wants to study for these, I would just suggest watching the VODs for YouTube.
Right? It's so early.
It's very early for us. It's like 8 a.m. out here in California, so it's quite an early show.
We have a, 9 p.m. show the night before.
Jess Fadson, I agree. I love Halloween Vacation.
Yes!
Fun fact, the first time I ever emailed Riley was when I bought Halloween Vacation, and he just emailed us to thank us for having bought the track.
Which was very sweet.
But 6 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, Martin Urbano. He was joined by Kelsey Kane on that very episode.
I guessed.
You did. Oh, and Riley
I'm in
played
8th place.
Riley played a gnome.
I'm 1,217 points behind the Premels.
I essentially wake up to Googie Morning, usually. I wake up at 7 for 7:30 pre-meeting, and then the show.
I sleep, usually.
Yeah, you do usually. But let's see what that is on the leaderboard.
I wake up for specific ones.
You do. But Alice is back up in 3rd. We do have a show from 9 to 10 the night before. It's
late.
And then we're amped and watch Loki. But that was quite a thing. As we go to our next question, which is question 14. Sorry, it's question 13. No. This should not be a multi-select. This should not be a multi-select.
So pick one.
You know what? No, pick. If you think you know which one I accidentally hit and feel comfortable gambling your points on that, go for it. There's only one correct answer. Was it 1st, 5th, or 10th, or 69th? There's one correct answer. I just hit 2 buttons when I should have only hit 1. Just select the correct one. And let's see what else what did I accidentally hit? I don't know. I truly have no idea what I incorrectly marked.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry.
I am
I just
too.
really want that sandwich.
Isn't it a great looking sandwich? I looked the most like the sandwich on the sandwich shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Bootleg Bart. It'll be a fun surprise to see which one someone gets bonus points for getting it wrong on. I have a suspicion, and the 69th. Well, I'm cool with that. I would have been cool if people were getting points for the clear joke answer. It was, in fact...
But no one did.
But no one did. It was, in fact, the 10th annual Sandwich Night. The stream lasted over 6 hours total and featured guests from Planet Scum history, as well as TCGS, the special without Brett Davis, and Chris Gethard presents.
Woo!
And a lot of your Discord pals, which was a lot of fun. Stephen Premel says they're eating from a place called Lardo. That's your place bread with gluten-free French fries. Does that mean the sandwich bread? So your sandwich is made of French fries?
I want it.
Because that would be great. Lardo is apparently very good. Interesting. Let's see who got it right. Oh, wow, it was correct. The sandwich bread is replaced by the fries. That sounds delicious.
Right.
As does, I'm sure, the taste of first place that Bootleg Bart has right now. And Alice is back up in 2nd. Doofus Clon in 3rd. Melly in 4th. And Offbeat Valerie in 5th place. That makes sense, Lindsay.
Yo, I also need to avoid it. I can eat sourdough, though. And cornbread.
Oh, Doofus Clon forgot to answer. Well, maybe Doofus Clon can answer our next question. Question number 15. What did comedian Julia Claire draw on last night's Mary Houlihan's painting party? Did she draw a Betty Boop patch, a cat named Patches, patches inspired by Mary's painting party, or a patch for her podcast with originally San Francisco comedian Kate Willett? Reply, guys.
Fuck yeah.
who we used to
Kate
see
Willett is amazing.
live weekly back in the day, and she's so funny.
She has an episode on one of the Netflix
Yes.
specials. Absolutely watch it.
10 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, a cat named Patches that she met 10 days ago. And she said it was the first thing she had drawn since high school.
Ooh.
Let's see the leaderboard, huh? Oh, Melly has risen up into third place. And Bootleg Bart's answer streak continues strong with 13 in a row.
Oof.
Speaking of strong things, look at this cat she drew. I love that cat.
He's a cutie.
I think Patches is a great cat.
He's a cutie. Little kitty cat.
I'm also a fan of our next question, which is, which professional wrestler appeared on Googie Morning's
I know
Time for
this.
Tea, the episode we talked about earlier where Riley didn't say a word for the entire show? Was that Orange Cassidy, Colt Cabana, Lita, aka Amy Dumas, or Sean from Michaels?
I know this one.
Pictured here is tea, the famed beverage.
That was consumed
was-
his episode.
Yeah, 70 you got it correct. It was in fact
Yeah.
Colt Cabana who even did a magic trick
Yeah.
with a Sharpie on the episode. That's right, Sean from Michaels, the art make kid, the pioneer of the kinda movement, whose documentary we got a sneak preview of on a previous episode of Googie Morning that looked very good. Let's see who got it right. Well, let's see what that did to the leaderboard. We know who got it right. Alice is up in first place once again, and the Premels are back in the game with 3 in a row correct.
Heck yes.
How are you doing, Emily?
I'm in 8th place, 346 points behind Blogtoven.
Let's see if your luck changes with our next question. Which of these Mystery Science Theater 3000 cast members appeared live as a guest on the George Lucas Talk Show? Only one of them did. Was that one Joel Hodgson, Kevin Murphy, Bill Corbett, or Mike Nelson? In the not too distant past, who appeared on the George Lucas Talk Show? Past Sunday AD. La la la. There was a guy named Joel, but did he appear on GLTS?
Damn it! That's what I was
No.
gonna guess!
It was, in fact, Bill Corbett who played Crow T. Robot. The
I
T
was like
stands for
between
that.
that and Joel, and I put Joel.
Joel was the original creator and original host of MST3K. And Bill Corbett does riff tracks along with Kevin Murphy and Mike Nelson. Mike Nelson being the second host prior to Jonah Ray as the third host. But let's see what that did to these leaderboards. Alice got it correct, but Doofus Klon is hot on Alice's heels in third place, and Offbeat Valerie is in fourth. Melly in fifth. And Alice has a streak of 6 correct answers in a row, but Bootleg Bart is holding on to second place. So let's just go on to this next question, shall we? And what's that? Oh, another multi-select. Which alumni of the special without Brett Davis appeared on Saturday Night Live when it showed the episode of the special Rumspringa? Brett Davis, Joe Rumrill, Sally Burtnick, or Darren Maybe. And this is a multi-select, so you're probably going to want to pick more than one answer.
Fuck.
In fact, you definitely want to, because you can't have a multi-select on Kahoot that only has one answer. Correct.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is it right? It's a fun fact that you can't toggle it, I don't think, with only one correct answer. If I can, you'll find out when I trick you on a future episode. Seen here is a television, one of the many devices you could have watched that episode on.
I got it right!
A lot of you got it correct. It was, in fact, Brett Davis, Sally Burtnick, and Darren Maybe. They did a running commentary of Rumspringa, and Joe Rumrill didn't appear on Saturday Night Live until he and Andrew Tisher and Longneck did a live commentary on Little Green Guys, their episode of CGP. Let's go to the leaderboard. Bootleg Bart has taken first place away from Alice, and Doofus Klon is back with an answer streak.
Strike.
Streak. An answer of 3 in a row.
Do I need to reprogram you?
You need to reboot.
Rewind the spring.
Okay. Well, thank you. That helped. Now that I'm rebooted, let's go to our penultimate question. Which is another multi-select, and it's supposed to be this time. Which of these cast members from The Good Place have appeared on the George Lucas Talk Show? Eugene Cordero, William Jackson Harper, Jason Mantzoukas, and or Darcy Carden. eagle-eyed listeners may know that I actually told you one answer of one of these earlier in the game.
I think.
Pictured here, of course, is another television.
Oh, yes, I
Lottie,
did it!
you got that correct. It was, in fact, Eugene Cordero, Jason Mantzoukas, and Darcy Carden. They all appeared on various episodes of the George Lucas talk show. But Darcy also revealed a photo from the set of The Good Place of William Jackson Harper, who had never tweeted. And then she tweeted it live on the show.
Wow.
It's a fun time. Yes, he had a blue face. It was because it was all bumpers, where she also turned blue because of sunscreen. I'm so glad that wasn't permanent. But let's see our leaderboard, because that's also impermanent. But it's holding pretty steady as we go to, what's that? Our final question. And what's this? Oh, it's another multi-select. Which of these were hidden in the George Lucas talk show's Yule log? Was there a Watto cup? Was there Chris Eliopoulos' portraits of the guys? Was there a Mickey Mouse knife? Was there a Hungry Hero Jar Jar? Which of these were hidden there in Skywalker Ranch?
I think I know this one.
In the definitely real photo. That it was not a Photoshop job at all. No siree. Why would you even suggest that it could possibly be? And I'll show you after this. But I realize I may not have put that screen. But a lot of you got it correct. All of them were there.
Yay!
Those aren't the only Easter eggs, though. There's even more, including a portrait of good old Bobby Wool and CBC 9000's George puppet.
Ow, ow. Yeah, CBC 9000's puppets. What the fuck?
Doofus Clown points out that his favorite part of the Yule log was when it morphed into an episode with John Hodgman, which I agree. As soon as I heard the idea that 8 or so hours in an episode would start that they would just never acknowledge, I was in love with that idea.
It's amazing.
It's such a good idea. Premel's in 7th place, 3 Heims behind Melly, our bingo winner. Let's go to the podium,
Oh
actually.
my goodness. I'm in 4th place.
Yes. In 3rd place with 14 out of 20 correct, it's Doofus Clown.
Ow, ow.
In 2nd place with 14 out of 20 correct, it's Bootleg Bart. And in 1st place with 16 out of 20 correct, who is that?
Who?
It is Alice Wants 269. In 4th, it's Pineapple. And in 5th, it's off place Valerie.
Ow, ow.
And Metzley points out they went down to 6, which isn't bad for guessing. For mostly guessing, especially the Googie Morning ones. I agree.
Right?
That's
I guessed
pretty
a
darn
lot
good.
also.
That's pretty darn good, because there's a lot. Planet Scum just does so much content. You can't see it all.
No. Are you going to show the Yule log?
I am. I thought I had put the image in the Kahoot, but I didn't. So this won't be quite as seamless. But so now, I will be sharing with all of you what the Yule log looked like. I won't be playing it.
How long
but I'll
did
be
it take
showing
you to make this?
Days.
Yeah.
It took me quite a few days to really do it all. So you can see there's quite a bit hidden in here. There were some things.
Butter plates.
Yeah, the butter plates, the Radioland murders. There was. Oh, I can't.
Oh, there's the photo of Bill Corbett.
Yeah, no, Bobby Wool.
Was the C-3PO statue?
No, the 3PO
there?
statue's real. Yeah, I didn't add that. And I think Crudley Drawn actually did the fireplace
with the butter
with the butter melting in. That wasn't me, but I did there was the stockings with retired filmmaker George Lucas, Watto, and Snap Trick Nap Snore. If you look at the left hand side, the frame that's just barely poking in, it has the Cotner portrait visible. I added there's Star Wars bear on the chair, the Watto cup. That book, so the book on the table next to the Watto cup is also added. It's Will Hines' book that's been translated into a bunch of different languages.
Oh my goodness. I also see a Jar Jar.
Yeah, Hungry Hero Jar Jar. There's a Jello cup.
I see the
on the
CBP
table.
9000's puppet.
It's a Chili's cup next to the blaster on the table. And then the Mickey Mouse knife that George used to stab all our friends. I even forget what I added and what's not real in a couple cases on here, because it's sort of the original Baby Yoda. And Bootleg Bart asked if this is an actual room at the ranch, and yes, it's from a photo shoot at Skywalker Ranch with just some extra stuff added in. It's a special edition.
Special edition.
So see this room at Skywalker Ranch again for the first time, as it was meant to be seen. Plus, there's a few new surprises.
Wow. Thank you everyone
all so much for joining us for trivia today.
Yeah.
Just want to say thank you. I have to move this so we can read it.
Oh, cool.
Thank you, Academy Impossible. Thank you, Alice Forever Cemetery. Thank you, Blogtoven.
Thank you, Bootleg Bart.
Thank you, Bootleg Bart.
Commander Root.
Thank you, Daddy-O McFlurry. Thank you, Definitely Real Person, Discord for Streamers. Thank you, Doofus Clon. Thank you, Girly. Thank you, Jess Fatson Montgomery. Thank you, Lindsay Premel. Thank you, Metzley. Thank you, Miss Lenity. Thank you, Skies. And thank you, Stephen Premel, for watching.
Thank you all so much. Next week is going to be trivia again.
Presumably we'll be doing trivia again next week.
But it'll be a little more general, a little broader within the realm of comedy. And yeah.
Join us then.
This is our show. Join us then.
And
join us tonight for the after party in the Discord.
After party in the Discord.
In the Discord.
There will be bits. There will be points.
There will be bits,
so much
there will
more.
be points, and there will be so much more. And if you want some more general trivia, join us Friday at RadioFreeMultiverse.com for some batshit nonsense. Yeah.
With that, I think it's time to say good night and good climb.